Chapter 87. Feelings. Don't underestimate feelings. Do you know that even if you can invent a robot or a supercomputer with the ability to process, analyze data, or detect energy from various situations with such accuracy and precision, you might create a robot with a mechanism for capturing images, more detailed and sharper than human eyes 1,000 times. A mechanism for perceiving and measuring temperature, timidity, a sensor for detecting movement, detecting even frequency waves that humans cannot sense, that machines still cannot have feelings. Do animals have feelings? I asked. What do you think? Lord Forge asked back. I think they probably do, because they also have senses, right? I replied, because animals don't have thinking. These feelings are feelings that arise from touch. What they have are senses for perception, but once they perceive, a code or what is called instinct will command them to do something or not do something, and the response to perception is based solely on the code that was initially implanted, or what I always say, they don't have a free mind like humans. It is the thinking and feeling of humans that gives humans freedom. I therefore call this ability the determination of feeling, which is superior to the feeling from general sensory perception. When humans have this, to change or upgrade, they are the ones who must decide for themselves. The wonder of feeling, which is not the basic feeling that you use, will be beyond all laws, beyond all equations that are conditions in the universe. It will be beyond time, beyond distance. Therefore, anyone who can access the skill of using feeling will have freedom beyond freedom. The power of any energy field cannot influence them, and this time is a very opportune moment, because the world is now moving into a realm with a new sky. And what is my mission? I asked. Your mission consists of two things. First, to guide people to know and use feeling correctly. And this time is the most suitable time because it will be as easy as snapping your fingers. Just tell them to decide to feel the being of the highest, or decide to be that pure soul from this moment, without waiting for anything else. The moment they decide, they can be that, or return to being that immediately, without going through learning, without going through any accumulation. In short, your first mission is to bring the souls of all people in the world back to their origin, or become one with the mind of God. The second mission is that you must create factors for the civilization of the world, to have a tangible physical upgrade, so that people and the environment upgrade to the perfect point. In short, you must be the starting point of creating a new civilization. You are the one who will bring about change to the world, which is currently in the ultimate decay, to become a new era that you call the civilized era. Lord, I still can't imagine how I will do what you said, especially the second mission. This is your freedom. If you choose, you will be. If you don't choose, you will not be, Lord Forge replied. There you go again, speaking confusingly. Can you just tell me what I have to do? I asked. I will explain it this way. It's as if you were about to take an entrance exam to a university somewhere, and now is the time you have to take the exam. Because you just graduated from high school, and because your high school grades are good, the university has a quota for students with qualifying average scores, which you currently meet. The reason I use this analogy is because you now have both these factors completely. The first factor is that now is the time you have to do that mission. It is a time that has been predetermined for a major change to occur, because the cause of existence has reached its end. It is the end of the transition between black and white. It is the time that was prophesied that the world would enter the ultimate decay. If the situation continues like this, life may no longer be able to exist on Earth. This is why scientists who know in-depth information plan to move to other planets, because they have calculated in advance that disaster will inevitably happen. But that is a very foolish idea. Humans have no way to live on other coordinates, because humans are designed to live on this planet only. Therefore, I compare this to the time you are eligible to take the university entrance exam. And the second factor is that you have received a special quota without having to go through any tests. That is, in the past you had set your intention to come to do this work at this time. And now you only need to decide to do it, and you will enter that process immediately. Now you still have the freedom to choose. That is, even though all the factors are ready, time and conditions are ready, but you don't choose to do it. You don't choose to go to that university. Everything will not happen. Arya Maitreya will not manifest. And most importantly, if Arya Maitreya doesn't manifest, the world will follow its own causes and conditions. And what will happen if left to continue? Your world will travel to certain doom, because the level of love energy is not enough to maintain the form of the Earth's crust. The movement, collapse, an uplift of the Earth's crust will occur uncontrollably, because the frequency waves from the consciousness of humans on the Earth's surface are insufficient. The result is that a major disaster will inevitably occur. If allowed to happen, the world may not return to its original state. This disaster may escalate to the point of causing the Earth to lose balance and escape the orbit of the solar system. The consequence is that the Earth's temperature will no longer be suitable for life, and a chain reaction will follow continuously. Your solar system will lose balance because the Earth is not in its proper position. When the solar system loses balance, it's not in its proper path. The Milky Way galaxy, where your solar system is located, will lose balance. When the Milky Way galaxy loses balance, other galaxies will lose balance. And finally, the entire universe will lose balance. And of course, this chaos will become a great catastrophe. Oh my. I probably can't refuse to do it, right? If what you say is true, then it's my direct responsibility, right? And when did I set this intention? It wasn't when I met Rutan on the planet Thungra, right? I asked. No, that was just a reminder of who you truly are. And this is the reason why you had to meet me. Why you chose to experience your memories at this time. And most importantly, if you don't decide to do this mission, I and all the higher beings in the universe will keep nudging and pushing you and your friends to do this mission. We will never let the world enter that state. And now the answer you are curious about is waiting for you within you. Please go and experience it yourself. Lord Foch spoke as if he knew what I was going to encounter. What time period is it in my memory? And when you say me and my friends, does that mean it's not my sole responsibility? I asked because I didn't know where to start. I'll answer your second question first. Correct, this is not your sole responsibility. There will be many more of your friends, but everyone will not come together if you are not the starting point. So, it is inevitable that it will all be your responsibility. But don't worry. Everything has been planned most ingeniously, because besides the friends you have to find on Earth, who are like the ground operation unit, you also have many higher beings, who are not under the influence of the Earth's magnetic field. and the number of higher beings who will support this operation seems to be several hundred times greater than the ground operation unit. What do they do? I asked. The first thing is that they will watch over you from a distance. In fact, they have been following you and your friends since birth. They will check the readiness of everyone who will participate in this operation. Whether you have all been born in the same era where you were born, whether you are complete according to the plan, how and when you will meet, and what stories you have to learn along the way. Everything has been agreed upon and planned in harmony, so that this masterpiece will happen with a story and be memorable. Lord Foch explained. I heard you say, find my friends to complete the planned number. Does that mean there is a limited number? I continued to ask. Correct, there is a limited number. I can tell you roughly that there are over 1,000 people. The friends I'm talking about are the operating team, who agreed to come to work together. They will have an important role in making this plan to create the civilized world a success, and the names of all of them will be recorded in history for future generations in the world of the future to remember this noble mission. And this may not be related to the hundreds of thousands of individuals who have a similar mission network. Who are these individuals? Can you tell me? I asked again. When you meet them, you will know who they are. Look at their qualities. When you meet someone whose heart is Arya Mitra, meaning someone who desires to make this world a civilized world, someone who desires to create a world with only love and goodwill, or create a civilization of compassion, that person is Arya Maitreya. And when you meet, both of you will know that you have met. It will be a deep feeling that each of you knows. No one can tell you except yourself, because it is the covenant that you agreed upon, from the time you will perceive, from now on, which is the answer to the first question that I owe you. Are you ready to perceive it? Lord Foch asked. I'm ready. I'm ready. I quickly replied.